360. What's up? This is DJ Native Son and DJ Ice Cold. We're here with WHBC
96.3 HD3. What's up?
I have to say I got two very special guests in the building with me. You guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
What's up? This is Ice Cold.
What's up? This is DJ Thaddeus, aka DJ Native Son.
So how you guys doing today?
Good.
I'm chilling, yo.
Hey man, we're glad to have you on the studio. Thank y'all for coming by first off. And we just go ahead and get into it. So you guys are DMV natives already, and that we already know that. So I just want to ask, like, how do you guys think like the area has influenced you guys' sound?
You go first.
Okay, yo, man, just growing up in DC, growing up in like the whole go-go culture and hip hop, punk, you know what I'm saying? It helped me expand, you know what I mean, and just like really venture out into different sounds, you know what I mean, and especially live instrumentation. That was what I grew up on, so just having that background, man, just set the tone for everything, you know what I mean, and just trying to find new music and going off of that.
That's right.
For me, I think that so a lot of my early gigs have been more in the U Street area, and so there are a lot of soul and funk influences in what I spin. Definitely a desire to keep it soulful, you know.
Right. Okay, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. So Trelectro is coming up, and this is a gigantic music festival. How does it feel to be a part of it? Or like, I mean, if you can even describe it, how does it feel?
It's dope.
Surreal.
I can't wait to like just drop some heavy bangers, like just some serious bass. You know?
Have you guys gone before?
Yeah, I went to the very first one. The second one, I missed the second one. I went to the third one. I actually got the DJ in the one last year, last minute. It was like some last minute stuff. A DJ like just couldn't make it, so they asked me if I could just open up, and I opened up on the other stage. I forgot the name of the stage, but it was just like I just did like a quick opening set. But
That's
it
real.
was dope. It was turned up last year.
So what was what was the favorite part of some of the past ones?
Yo, like I remember the first one, man, just having Flosstradamus there, or like that's when like Flosstradamus was like at their like getting up there, you know, they killed that joint, man. It was crazy. It was really dope, man. The first one just like kind of set the tone. That's still probably my favorite one.
That's real.
Yeah. I was just really excited to see just this like confluence of different kinds of musical vibes in one festival. Like I just liked that they had, you know, hip hop meets electronica, meets just, you know, dope vibes. It was just eclectic, and that's what I like about the entire thing right now. It's just like this wave of music that's kind of the future, and they recognize that, and they're just building a platform for those artists.
All right. What's the crowd like? Like I can imagine, since it spans across so many genres, what's like the demographic of the crowd you feel? Or would you say it's just like spread out all over?
Yeah, man, it's like young, middle age, old,
but like creative people,
so diverse.
for sure.
Creative people overall.
And people of color.
That's
like,
real.
That is, like I think that's what makes it so powerful too. You know, you have a musical space, and you have a lot of young creative people of color who want more musically.
Right. So for people who haven't seen you guys live before, what can they expect from you guys?
Just some good energy, man. Like good vibes, you know, like just really good energy and good music.
That's real.
Diversity, like for me, like I like to incorporate a range of different kinds of music into a single set. So just expect a lot of samples from around the world. It's going to be global meets local for sure.
We are back again. It's WHBC 96.3 HD3. I go by the name of Amadeus the Greatest, and I'm in the building with two very special guests, Ice Cold and DJ Native Son. Welcome guys again. How you guys?
We're doing great.
Doing good. We already had a good conversation about your electro and everything. I want to get into you guys about basically you guys' creation. So Ice Cold, I know you just dropped the Freezer Volume 3 mix.
Yeah.
Now, how would you describe like the vibe of that?
All right, so I've used the word eclectic before, but I'm gonna use it again because I think that really captures just the diversity of different kinds of influences. I like to use the phrase genre X because it transcends the notion of genre completely. There are by having so many different kinds of genres in one mix. So I think that, you know, it's a globally influenced selection of local music too.
Yeah, for real.
So global meets local.
And you are from India, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
I am.
so now how is that? How those? I guess those sounds over there. That's a completely different like. This is a completely different set of music that I can't even imagine being from America. So how would you say that influencing some of your mixes as well?
Well, so, you know, I my family's originally from India, and when I was like, so it's kind of a crazy story, but I was born in Chicago.
Okay.
I lived there for 6 years, then I moved to one part of India, to like the extreme south, to Madras, lived there for 5 years, then I moved back to the U.S., lived in the Bay Area for 2 years.
Wow.
Then I moved back to India. This is like, excuse me, this is crazy. And then I moved back to I went to boarding school in the Himalaya mountains for 2 years. And then I moved back down south in India for another 2 years. Then I went out to Southern California for 4 years.
Wow.
Spent another year in Los Angeles after that, and then I moved to DC, and I've been here for almost 6 years. So what I mean to say is that what's influenced my sound has been just my feelings of transience and this notion that, you know, you can't pin me to one musical scene.
Right.
There are going to be, it's okay to not have one place that you come from, and it's okay to also, you know, as long as you acknowledge and you attribute, it's okay to draw from a range of different kinds of musical styles and artists.
Definitely respect that. Wow. That was that's amazing. Like all those places, I can't even imagine it. Native Son. So tell everybody about the Future R&B movement.
Basically, it's just something that I started up with a homie, and we were playing a lot of gigs in DC, and we just tapped into like a whole different sound of music, like just different genres and stuff like that. And I would go out and I would notice like certain things were being played, but then certain things weren't being played.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and Underdog, and we teamed up with Music House, which was like a nonprofit, and we kind of just started this party called the Fallout at first, and we were just playing like all this type of stuff, like some ambient trap, like Jersey Club, like juke, footwork, stuff that was like popping in other cities that a lot of people didn't know about in DC. So and we added like some live elements to it, like we added like a live drummer, my boy Dante Pope, and like we would just
shout out to Dante.
We would just we would just play music that we enjoyed listening to.
Right.
And come to find out, a lot of people that came enjoyed that music too, you know. So it just started to grow, and then we were like, like this is like almost like kind of like a future sound, you know what I mean, in a way. So, and we figured, you know, you have R&B, rhythm and blues,
right,
but we felt like this generation nowadays is like really deep into like that bass culture. So, you know, it's rhythm and bass. So, rhythm and bass, and we did our first party with Selection, with Shango, and it was just a great turnout, and people were just like, yo, when's the next one? And I was just like, oh, okay. We're going to do another one, you know what I mean? And,
you know, I think that was the first time I heard you spin, Chris.
For real?
Yeah. It
was
was
Underdog, me, Shango.
Yeah, it was that show.
How long ago was that?
Like
that
2
was
years?
like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
okay.
3 years ago.
So let me ask you guys, as DJs, and now technology is like spanning so much, and there's like so many new ways to actually, I guess, to mix. So now they have even apps that people can actually like mix with the iTunes library on. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, it's like I feel sometimes, you know, sometimes I struggle with that because I'm like, because I'm like, now like anybody can say that they want to do this and be this, and you know, but I'm like, do you really want to do it?
Right.
Do you really enjoy the music? Do you really love the music? Do you really want to share this music with other people? Because that's what we're doing. We're sharing music with people, you know, and providing that good vibe, you know, something that you can come to and like, you know, let off for a little bit.
Right.
You know, some people I think, you know, it's just...
I think despite technological advances, you have an ear for music or you don't, and you know how to mix or you don't, regardless of what your tool is to do it. And I feel that way because I think that a lot of people don't even know how I do what I do, yet they like what they hear, and that's how I've been able to build my crowd of folks who come out, because they feel the good energy, they feel the thoughtfulness about what I curate, and yeah, they like the mixing. They like that it's smooth.
What would you guys say is the biggest misconception about DJing or being a DJ as an entity?
Man, there's so many, but right now I'm battling with the idea that you're supposed to be a human jukebox.
Mm.
You know, that like you're supposed to show up at the club and make your living off of just performing for people as like a conduit for what they want. And I think that you also have, I think Chris and I, not to speak for you, but I think this is at least my perspective, it's that we also see ourselves as artists. We see ourselves as folks who are sharing music with other people and sharing dope stuff that we like.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also on some level helping the music scene here grow because we're playing more of the stuff that we don't hear enough of on the dance floors.
Right.
And so, yeah, you want to add anything?
No, I totally agree with you. Like everything she's saying is just totally how I feel. You know,
It's a battle. It's a battle. It's always a battle.
It's tough, man.
I vacillate between taking requests and not taking requests based on like, all right, how you ask me for what you want to hear.
It's a struggle, you know. It's like because you really enjoy doing this, you know, but then, like you said, it's a lot of misconceptions. Like people think it's all peachy keen. Like you know, you get to just come in and just play, do whatever you want. But nah, you know, like sometimes you're dealing with like. You can be dealing with like shiesty club owners sometimes.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like cats that say they're gonna pay you and then they don't pay you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like it's weird sometimes. The business is weird sometimes, but you know, it's that moment when you are playing though, and you are, you know, DJing and you seeing people like just really enjoying what you're doing, and you know they're vibing out. That makes up for a lot of the other stuff. You know what I mean? So I kind of focus on that.
Yeah, focus on the positive. I think as a woman too, like I think that there are a lot of misconceptions about female DJs
Right.
that kind of force me to have to I feel like I have to take an extra step to be really positive about my work and stay in a positive space because you know there are always like little microaggressions and like things where you know that you're surprising people by.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I surprise people all the time because people don't expect me to be good at what I do because they look at me and they don't think I would DJ or they don't necessarily think that I know what I'm doing. But then when they hear my mix,
They're like, damn.
yeah, they're like, damn, I didn't know she could do that.
Dang.
You know?
That's real. All right.
yeah.
So no, the DJ culture at Howard is crazy. We got a lot of talented guys on the table. So and producers as well. So what would you guys say is, I guess, some words of advice for aspiring artists?
Consistency, man. Just stay consistent. Like whatever you're doing, like even if you feel like it's not good right now,
Mm-hmm.
the more you do it, the better you get at it. You know, so like just keep doing it.
Love your craft.
Yeah, yo, love it.
Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Meaning,
respect it.
like, you know, don't rate yourself based off of social media likes. You know, do your craft for yourself,
Right.
and then the rest will follow.
And put yourself around people that are doing the same thing. You know, and like encourage you because that's really important too.
That's right. All right, so we're wrapping up. I have one last question. It's WHBC's 40th anniversary this year. Surprisingly enough, it's been 40 years. We've been since 1975. So if you guys could have 40 of anything right now, what would it be?
40/40s.
Yo, I'll take $40 million.
$40 million. I like that. We've had some interesting answers lately. We've had some pretty interesting answers. We've had 40 houses with 40 maids in it. We've had 40 boxes of Lucky Charms. That was probably the most interesting one. And I gotta say, I enjoy you guys' answers. I do. So once again, I want to thank you guys for coming through. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in the studio. This has been WHBC 96.3 HD3. I go by the name of Amadeus the Greatest, and we have
Ice Cold.
and
DJ Native Son.
and we're about to play At All by DJ Native Son to take you guys out. I want to thank you guys once again. Thank you guys once again for coming out with us. And if you want to see these guys live, please look up Trelectro. Trelectro is going to be a gigantic festival. I want you guys to go. And WHBC will be there as well, so make sure you look out for us. Once again, this is WHBC 96.3 HD3.